Who's dropping truth? Monday nights, Mike on fire. Shane, Adrian, Jim Norcross, Beard Gang Rise. Let's go! We fans of wrestling. Fans of wrestling. Fans of wrestling. Fans of wrestling. Monday night. Oh, and we dance it. And we dance it. And we dance it. We fans of wrestling. Fans of wrestling. Fans of wrestling. Fans of wrestling. Monday night. Oh, and we dance it. And we dance it. And we dance it. Who's got the beards? 3 beards. Every Monday we rise. Beards lock, take sharp. Wrestling alive, bring to the stream. We break it precise. 3 beards of wrestling ignite. Monday night, Shane call the shots. Voice cuts like a sharp promo blade. Adrian bring the heat. Build momentum, never fade. Jim Norcross lay facts deep. Knowledge hits the mark. 3 bearded vets slice through raw. Smackdown, there you dog. Live streams blade. Facebook, Insta, YouTube live feed. Mark Met steps in. Dungeon coach dropping creed. Rob Noxious rolls up. Indie fire from the PA scene. Old school stories hit hard. Legacy clean. 3 beards of wrestling. Beards of wrestling. Beards of wrestling. Beards of wrestling. Monday night. Oh, and we pass it. And we pass it. And we pass it. New logo sharp, fresh look, but the passion stays raw. Shenanigans subtle. Chaos we draw, botch calls crisp, no slack on the slip or the miss. Storylines carved, views we analyze. Dismiss, open call rings, fans stepping, bring your fire, passion fuel the grind, lift us higher, mean your rumors drop, we chase every angle tight. Beards hold the crown, kings under the light. 3 bears of wrestling, bears of wrestling, bears of wrestling, bears of wrestling. Monday night, no, hell my dressing, hell my dressing, hell my dressing. Beyond the ropes, life, real talk, shadows that creep. Guess bring wisdom, Mark Mess, Rob Noxious deep. Netflix, raw surge, we ride it with force. Beards grow timeless, legacy on course. 7 p.m. sharp, follow, catch the spark. 3 bearded voices, light up the dark. Fans stay true, grateful for the honest take. 3 beards of wrestling, the real, no fake.
Welcome everybody back to 3 Beards of Wrestling. We got a new episode today.
You said who was gay?
You.
Oh, okay.
If you guys want to be a professional wrestler, referee, ring announcer, manager, valet, if you want to fake a heart attack like Adrian.
Oh, you want to ring the bell like Shane?
Yeah, you're right. I got an important job. Or if you want to lace boots, Jamal needs one. Hit up the Fort Noxious Wrestling School and schedule your tryout. Next weekend, CCW United returns to Steel High School. Event starts at 5 p.m. With our star Lance Anawai. Following that, May 23rd, Workers Pro returns to the Ringing Rocks roller rink in Pottstown, PA. General admission is $10 first and second row, or $20. If you guys need tickets to either of these shows, hit us up and we will get you guys where you need to be.
Absolutely.
What's up, fellas? It's another Monday.
It's a beautiful Monday.
Next week, we are going to do another mental health episode. So yeah, we don't know who's all going to be on there yet, but next week.
I'm excited. I'm always excited.
I am very excited.
I'm always excited about that.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited for any episode we have, but you know.
Hey, Jim, you got something on your nose.
I mean, just because I know how to suck up and you don't, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't suck at all. That's the problem. I don't suck at all. Regardless of what Shane says or writes in the comments or my bio or to my children. I do not suck, okay? No.
Suck what?
What?
Suck at wrestling or...
What are you talking about?
Hey.
That's a nice hat.
Thank you. It is a nice hat. Dad gang for life.
Dad gang for life. Amen. So I got a question for you guys.
We're ready.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
I
So I
am.
know we constantly talk about stuff from the aspect of us as workers, but as a fan nowadays, what entrance music gets you hyped?
Oh, man, what a question.
We can't go to Shane. So what entrance music gets you hyped?
Well, we know where he's going, basically.
Oh,
There's no
absolutely,
ask.
absolutely. If I had the censor button, Shane would get censored.
Oh man.
It's just a little too aggressive, Shane.
This is a tough one.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
Over the years, there's been a lot of theme songs in wrestling that have been just amazing. It is so hard to pick like one that like really gets you.
You know that.
I wonder who
Adrian,
wrote.
where are you at with it?
I wonder who wrote Mr. Ping's new music. I wonder where that came from. Anyway, me, I gotta
Definitely not that.
I gotta I don't know, man. Like head of the table. Head of the table.
That is a good one.
You said he was hard for you. What kind of look? This is a family podcast. You need to stop it, ma'am.
She said not hard for me.
She said she was hard for him. I mean, he was hard for her. One of those. It said not. I'm dyslexic. Don't pay me no attention.
Well, I mean, listen, they make pills for that sort of thing. But no, Shane, where are you at with the music? Are you where we think you are as far as favorite music goes?
LA Knight.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
You know what? Not so much for the music, but for the entrance. And I know it's a guilty pleasure that some people hate. Penta. I like the entrance. I like the little walk. I love it. I don't know why. I just do.
All right,
I
can we
admit
move
that
to
it's
another? Can we move to another topic?
No, we need what in the hell is she talking about? First of all, holy shit. Ooh, we done started the podcast off nasty. Y'all nasty. Okay, first of all, look, let me tell y'all something. Y'all know I'm gonna bring this up every chance I get. I was talking to Shane one day before the podcast, and he was rushing because he was fucking. And now this is just proving the fact that he was fucking. So go ahead. Go ahead. Next, we can move on.
Well, I think a big question is, especially this week, the releases. The releases from WWE.
Ooh, was anybody surprised?
They're making room for Emma to come back.
They better. They better. She's the 11-time returning champion of returns.
I think the only one that really, I don't want to say surprised me, but Kairi Sane I didn't see coming. Just because she was in an active situation at the moment and blah, blah, blah. I didn't think that would happen. I understand why they did it. But that's
to clarify.
Oh, here she on screen right now. Here we go. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to know right now.
Clarify because I want to get my point across. You said that it was hard to choose.
No,
Like,
I didn't say anything about it being hard to choose.
Not you.
No,
I never said anything about it being hard.
He said that. So, anyways, I was clarifying, but then it sounded weird as if he got problems. So I was just clarifying. You're lucky we only have 2 kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah. So, proof right then and there that Shane be fucking.
I'm glad I have snacks for this.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm upset I didn't have that. Could you bring her back? I got a question for her. I got a slight question I need to ask her in front of all these nice people. Just if she can, what's his name? Mr. Payne was the only one that surprised. MCM. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, Motor City Machine Guns. Yeah, that was some bullshit.
The one that didn't surprise me that seems to be shocking a lot of people is the New Day. I'm not surprised at all that they're gone.
No. You just made her come back down the steps.
Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Oh, there we go. There we go. You got to get on camera because I got to ask this. I got to ask this. Yeah. I want to look her right in the opticals. Are you okay? Hey, how you doing, Kayla? Very nice to see you again. Always fantastic. I got a question for you. Okay, just from
run up the stairs and run back down.
just from my perspective, okay, because there is things that I need to know, okay, and you are on the stand in front of all these beautiful people who are watching this show. So I want to ask you this real straight. Was y'all fucking that day? Because I swear to God, he was sweating and you were sweating, and he was like his Crocs was on. And then like I'm just saying, because you don't act like you don't know what day it is. I want the truth.
What day is he talking about?
I called him and he was laying in bed with you without a shirt on. There was sweat glistening across his neck. Your forehead was moist as hell. So somebody needs to tell me right now. I was fucking.
Now here comes Bentley.
I don't know what day that was, but probably.
Oh, so y'all be fucking like that? Okay. Anyway, moving on. I'm just making sure. Hey, Shane, pulling out, it's a choice. I just want you to know that pulling out is a choice. It is.
What you got to say about that?
Shane, it's never the choice. It's never the right choice. Just
the production of him not.
Poor kid traumatized. He just walked in. Did he walk in on y'all? That's what it is.
Say hi, we have to go. Say hi, quick. Wave.
Hey, Bentley.
All right, we're out. Come on, baby.
Anyways.
cut more pepperoni. This is getting exciting.
I know. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic show. It's always a fantastic show.
Always.
I got the clarification I needed.
Mr. 3 Beards need some growing. What does that mean? Okay.
Okay. Anyway,
MCMG. Who the hell's that?
Motor City Machine Guns.
They're
a fucking fantastic tag team.
Yeah.
What's up, Eric? How you doing, brother? AKA Hayne.
Jason, I was the only one there.
What were your thoughts on the 11 show? First of all, I heard the crowd was really into it.
So did I, yeah.
Like really into it.
The show, y'all. No reason to kill each other over it.
Oh, it's definitely a reason to kill each other over it. You remember that time the Truth Serum started a riot?
I remember hearing about it. I was not at the building that night or anywhere near involved in that situation.
The Truth Serum started a riot, and it was fucking hilarious and epic and fantastic. So I will confirm that there were some hard nipples in the ring. They were mine. They're my hard nipples. We're doing fantastic, as always.
I don't even know what to say to that.
I don't either. I think this podcast took a way left turn.
I know. It wasn't my fault, Shane. I was trying to keep it on wrestling. I really, really was.
I feel like you're trying to blame me.
Adrian,
no, I wasn't trying to. I was successfully doing so. I was successfully doing so, sir.
I am hurt, sir. I'm appalled. I would never, ever take this show off the rails.
You're a lying shit, too.
Starting when?
No, we still on the road. We ain't go off the rails yet.
Anyways,
you do something with him, please.
Releases, yes.
Shut up, Jason.
Now, why are you all over Jason? He didn't do nothing.
I can see the comments.
Anyway. Anybody else you're seeing on this list that you're like, why?
There's a couple. I don't understand why Aleister Black got released. He just got the, and you know.
Yeah, that's a really, that one's weird.
They're not using people right.
Well, that too. That too. I know we kind of talked the last time at the show. We were talking about the wide six and how that kind of fell by the wayside because they started out really good.
The Wyatt Six was dead before it even started.
Yeah.
Because somebody was already dead when they started. So, I mean, of course.
No, that is not why.
What I'm saying is that other than him being dead, but it was dead. They drew it out way too long.
Yes.
So by the time they debuted, it was
the problem I've always seen with, and this was even when Bray was alive, it always seemed to me like whoever was in creative at that time didn't know what to do with a gimmick like that. He was never given that monster run that I believe was necessary to get that character over the way that it should have been. I realize this is my opinion and my opinion alone, but me personally, I would have used him like that monster and I would have run him. He wouldn't have lost at least for a year, 2 years. There's no way to build that. And had they done that when Bray initially came in, after his death, you could have put a broom in that role and it still would have been over. But because they didn't do that, there was no basis.
I mean, they did put a broom in that role.
And there you go.
Actually, a coffin. I think he should have ended Taker's streak though.
Absolutely.
Not Brock.
Absolutely.
That would have been that as the Fiend. Yeah.
That's exactly what was necessary. And I remember that was my big argument at the time that they dropped the streak to Lesnar. I'm like, why did they do that? Lesnar didn't need that. He was already so over. There was no reason to use it that way. Whereas Bray, my God, that would have just handed him the keys to the kingdom. You could have run with that for a really long time as him being the guy that beat The Undertaker.
Yeah. Kurt said, so who do you think will get elevated now with the releases and
Retirement?
This is always where WWE fails for a while.
Yeah. I think the answer to that really lies in one of two places. It's either do we answer the way our hearts feel as fans, what we would want, or do we answer it the way that we know as people that have been in the business for a long time what's likely to happen, which is that at this point, it seems to me, at least from an observation standpoint, that the WWE's idea is who's making clickable moments. And who's ever doing that online at a present time, regardless if it's for a good reason or a bad reason, they push them. Because it gets them noticed, and the more they get noticed, the more they can attach an advertisement or a sponsor to it, push it on social media, get that seen, and then that advertiser is happy with the result and wants to continue to pay them. And given that their business model these days is far more based on the sponsorship than it is attendance numbers, that's what I am going to guess. I don't think it comes down to a person, but rather a moment that happens that allows the E to capitalize on it and actually push that guy and get something out of it. And I think that's honestly what happened with LA Knight. If I'm being honest, people started responding to the yeah thing, so they pushed it to the moon, even though, as far as I'm concerned, there wasn't a whole lot behind it.
Yeah.
Jim's about to get kicked off this.
Like I said, my opinion, Shane. I'm not saying listen. He's a good worker. I'm not suggesting he's not.
Don't you fucking sit there and lie and say that bullshit.
I'm trying to make him feel a little bit better. He was threatening to kick me off the show, Adrian.
He never been released, and he's been over since he's got there.
Got to give him that. You got to give him that.
Anyway, the roster at the top. If you look at the top of the roster, it's people.
LA Knight.
It's people my age.
Yeah.
And that's not
what they need to do. Is stop giving the belt to the same fucking people.
Elevate the title, yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Like put the belt on LA Knight or fucking someone else.
Oh my God, no!
Well, I'm just saying. For example, we were talking about LA Knight, but I'm just saying, like they need someone new. Like it's either Cody or Roman,
Punk,
or Seth. Punk. Like,
yeah. But let's consider why. It's because those guys are so over right now that it's less overhead to put the belt on that guy and push him to the moon as long as he's still over, and versus starting from scratch. Like think about how truly long it took to get Roman over. People tend to forget how long he was booed when they were pushing him.
But you have that, but Dominic Mysterio is over as a heel. Really over as a heel.
He is.
Over.
I think the only reason he's not pushed harder than he already is his age and experience would be my guess.
But I mean, I kind of get the age thing, but his experience, he's champion in 2 different promotions. And one of the promotions is like the was it AAA, the Lucha, AAA Lucha, and those guys go. Those guys go, and he has wrestled several matches, and he has fucking been step for step for a lot of these guys. Like I think
that's true. However, again, I think you're arguing from an antiquated view, at least as far as the WWE is concerned, with regard to how they choose who they push. It used to be, the guy who had a great deal of talent, Ric Flair, Harley Race, these guys that could really perform and really, really go and were really good hands. Those were the guys you pushed. But even as early as the Mania era and Hogan, it's very well documented that Hogan was told, don't wrestle to the degree that you can. You're to go out there, beat the guy, and pose. And so that's what they did to protect him, to make it less likely that he would get hurt, to make sure that they could continue to push him because he was the guy drawing the money. So that's the way that organization works. And I think sometimes, especially those in the indies, they get into that analysis paralysis where they're trying to keep it this old school, the way it was, and blah, blah, blah. That's not the way the E works. They're a publicly traded company, y'all.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It is.
Yeah, they got a bunch of people they got to listen to as far as what makes money. Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, that announcement, what was it, a week or so ago that it finally came out? Oh, TKO has involvement in the creative process. Oh, big surprise.
Yeah.
Of course they do.
Mr. Dudley, good evening. You got guys at the bottom who are just now kind of coming up. Like the Ricky Starks isn't young by any means, but he just got a primetime match with Cody, and it was a good match.
Yeah.
You got guys like Trick Williams. Trick Williams is a good performer. The rough guy,
he's got a lot of time left.
Yeah, Ilya, if he stays healthy, he is fucking phenomenal. But he stays hurt so often, it's insane. Mellow Hayes, he's not horrible. He reminds me. He kind of reminds me a bit of Dolph Ziggler. You know what I mean? He makes people look fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
But if you look at everybody who's at the top, they're all older guys. They're all people who have been around for a while. And there's not a lot of young talent coming up. Braun Breaker's, his thing in college. He got hurt. How many times has he had surgery since being in WWE? Like 4 or 5 times. He was out for a while because he had surgery. Bronson Reed can't stay. Like, he gets hurt. And he's out for extended periods of time. You know what I mean?
Do you have thoughts, Adrian, on why that is? Do you think those guys take more risks or whatever? Like, what do you think it is that's causing that?
From an athletic standpoint, they're at the point where they're always pushing their bodies, right? Yeah. Kind of like football players. Football players get injured because they go 0 to 100 constantly. And guys in this business, especially out there to make a name for themselves, it's a 0 to 100 thing. And sometimes one mistake and your body's like, oops. Is it attrition? I don't think so. Because at any given time, something can happen, something can go wrong, you get hurt. It happens all the time on the indies. We're doing stuff, and we can do the same thing a million times. We do it wrong one time, or we bump the wrong way. We over rotate the wrong way. We under rotate. We don't get our hands up. Have a heart attack. Somebody tases you in the nipple when they're supposed to just tease it. Like shit like that happens.
Delicious taking that bump on the stairs the other show. I mean, he's done that how many times? No problem. One time, head cut open. You know,
it happens. It happens. A lot of times, it's just luck. Good luck, bad luck. It happens. It happens. So there's really no formula to it, because these guys, like, let's face it, these guys train. They're training constantly. They train at shows. They're training when they're out of kind of like out of rotation. They're training, physically.
But I mean,
in the ring.
do we think that maybe because, like, those guys at the top you mentioned, they're not necessarily working every house show or anything, whereas a lot of those mid card guys, like the ones you're mentioning, they're working all the time. I wonder if, like, that extra workload or that extra stress that's on them contributes to that or not.
I wouldn't say that much, because I mean, like, okay, so Shane, you wrestle how many times a month? On average,
almost every weekend.
Almost every weekend. So that's what, four to see if you do double shoots, because you do double. So let's say that's 8 matches a month, right, on a weekend. So what 8 matches a month, right? And that's cramming them into 2 days every week. You're not counting for training, but you're putting your body in a situation to where it's like boom, 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 and then you have to turn around and recover. Like, we do it in short spurts. These guys are doing it 365 days a year. So just imagine, like, I can only imagine how Shane feels wrestling 8 times a month at a show, and then having to go and work a full-time job where this is their full-time job. So it's a little different, because they could be wrestling tomorrow, they could be at a show tomorrow.
Yeah, that's
they have to get up and travel and go to the city. They're really not getting that time to really let their bodies recoup, because they got to be in the gym, they got to make sure they're eating, they got to take there's promos, there's pitch for merch, there's all these media. There's media, there's all this stuff that they have to do that is in their contract, and that's like still on a day they got to go and perform, and then they got to eat, sleep, get up and do it all again, and it's a constant thing. As someone who has to sit in front of cameras a lot, and then get up and go do a lot of stuff, and then stop and get up and go do a lot of stuff and stop, your body, it'll wear you out. You'll be tired. And a lot of times you will take any moment you can to sit down and rest and just be still. So it could be a lot of times I think of the schedule. A lot of guys, if you look at it, what company has the less amount of injuries?
Honestly, I'm not sure that we know. How many of those injuries are minor enough that they don't take somebody off TV or whatever. So I think that I don't know that we know the answer to that.
Shane, what company has the less amount of injuries? That is a major company.
AEW.
Exactly. Their schedule is completely different than TNA and anybody else, because they do a lot of off time. There's a lot of time.
I don't think they do house shows though, right?
Not that often. No, the house shows are very rare. They do house shows when they're gearing up for their big events.
Yeah. I don't know. I think sometimes part of that also might be the size of their roster. They have an enormous roster.
They have a huge roster, but think about it. Their guys aren't injured that much. That's especially true. Their main talent, unless they get hurt doing a really stupid spot. But a lot of times they're guys, and they're the top of their roster is older than the E's, and they're going.
Shane, your thoughts?
I mean, I'm pretty, I think Adrian really covered it. I mean, I pretty much agree with Adrian. Like, he pretty much said it pretty well. Like, about injuries, and I mean, there is a lot of, You know, that like WWE, like especially like if you're champion, like you really don't get breaks. Like you're doing media, you're doing promos, you're doing TV shows, like
Yep.
and then adding movies on top of that. Like there's not really like a break, especially like even when they're home for, let's say you're on Raw and you go home for 2-3 days or whatever. Like you still got to work out.
Still got media.
Probably still doing media.
Definitely
like, still doing stuff. Like, I mean,
still got to be a dad. Still got to be a husband.
Yeah, like there really isn't, a break to really, unless if your injury is severe enough. Like, I guess that's your break, but you're still rehabbing and working on getting back to your job, basically.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Adrian, I feel like Adrian pretty much covered it, but like again, I mean AEW is definitely totally different. Like,
yeah,
there definitely isn't a lot of injuries in AEW, but they also do a lot more crazier shit with less injuries.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, I mean, he is right. Like, you can do a move 1,000 times in a row, and if you land wrong one time, you can get hurt. Like, it's just those things. Like, it's either good luck or bad luck, or if it happens, it fucking happens. Like, like
I've heard it referred to a million times as a game of inches.
Yeah,
literally, literally, like literally. I think it's real fascinating if you listen to a lot of podcasts where the guys are talking, and that's another thing. Look how many of these guys are actually doing podcasts on their quote unquote off time.
Yeah,
and it's not their off time. Cody shoots his podcast at like a lot of times at the show after the show.
He's in his bus or whatever you call it.
Yeah. So you got to think like, hey, you just got finished wrestling fucking 2 hours ago. Now you got to get in the hair and makeup, and then you got to shoot like an hour to 2 hour video where you're sitting down interviewing somebody and talking, and then that's got to be edited and put out. Not knowing the fact that you just wrestled fucking 2 hours ago. And
now let's be clear, somebody's probably doing that editing for Cody. He's
absolutely,
do it himself, but
absolutely. But it's the fact of like I said, like it is a schedule. The schedule is very tight, and it's a very strict schedule that these guys have to run. Like, absolutely have to run. And I think a lot of times, we as fans, like we kind of miss that as far as, why is he getting hurt all the time? When did you get a chance to stop?
Yeah.
Your body, regardless of who you are and how hard you work and how much you're in the gym and what you do, your body still needs time to recover. Your body still needs to rest. Because
I mean, even working out.
Yeah.
It don't even have to be wrestling related, but like even like, I mean, just look at Cody, like tearing his pec. Like,
you know who's
lifting.
Yeah. Like, you know who's even more notorious for hurting themselves working out? Sheamus.
Yeah.
Sheamus gets hurt more times outside of wrestling, just because he has a show to where he's constantly doing workouts with people like that.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. You're staying in shape, but not everybody's built like that. Your body's built differently. People have their routine and stuff that they stick to. And the more, it's a gift and a curse. It's fantastic to be over, but that wheel's gonna start speeding up, and there's gonna be more stuff added to your plate that you gotta juggle, that you gotta do. Like, look at Obafemi. Obafemi went from NXT. Obafemi came to the country, went to the University of Alabama. He was a shot put guy, constantly worked out, tried out for NXT. They saw the talent in him, and his progression was slow. So was what's that guy? Royce? I think that's his name.
Royce.
He just got signed. He had a show. He had a match.
Oh,
Oh, big dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I forget his name though.
I can't
but-
think of
Yeah.
the name either.
Again, he came from. He was like, what, TNA?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the same schedule. Here it's a different grind. Yeah, Royce Keys. Thank
Royce
you.
Keys, yeah.
Yeah. So the grind is completely different. The more popular you get, like, hey, get ready. It's about to get nuts. And if you don't have a routine set up, and if you don't stick to that routine, I think that's AEW.
Yeah, he came from AEW.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a different animal.
Yeah.
You mentioned the fame and how quickly it comes. I think that sort of leads to another topic. Fans and so forth. The recent notion that we've had about what happened at WrestleMania with people being cornered and bad fan interactions, being cornered in elevators and stuff like that. That there's a good example of what you were saying, Adrian, of fans not really considering what the wrestlers go through. You see a guy that's after a match and he's in a restaurant, he's trying to eat, leave him alone. Let him finish eating and then go up to him. And I'm sure you're going to get a much better response than if you interrupt him while he's trying to eat his pasta,
Yeah. Yeah. We are indie wrestlers. We're indie wrestlers. And if we're out and about and fans see us, we'll get mobbed. They'll come up and they'll say something. They'll be like, and we'll get stopped. So again, you can only imagine somebody on television constantly, no privacy whatsoever. You can't go out and do normal shit like everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like on that, I feel like fans take that a little too far.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Like waiting
Absolutely.
at airports, waiting at hotels, like they are still a human.
Yeah, they're still
Like
people.
you should treat them with the respect. Like if you see them get off a plane, just let them go about their business. Or don't wait at the fucking airport.
Yeah.
My favorite one.
I feel like the hotels are a little much.
The bathroom.
Yeah,
The bathroom.
all right,
Especially when you're
airport.
standing at the urinal.
Airport, okay, I could see because they're flying in, but a hotel, come on, they're trying to get sleep just like everyone else.
Yeah.
They're humans, or they're calling their family or whatever they do. But I feel like there should be a point where that people shouldn't, unless if you have a booking there, you should not be able to be there.
Right.
Especially when events are going on like that, because then you run into these things where they throw your phone or whatever the fuck happens. But at the end of the day, they say it over and over again, we are humans, let us have our privacy. Yeah. And I don't me personally, I don't think they do anything wrong because they should be able to have their privacy. Yeah, okay, yeah, they're famous. They're your favorite wrestler, but one, they have meet and greets for that.
Yeah.
They have signings for that.
Yeah.
Why do you need to follow a person from an airport or a hotel or you can stand outside the arena while they're going in and they will come over and take pictures with you.
Yeah, because they're doing their job and it's part of their job at that time to be doing that.
Yeah, but as when they leave the arena or they're at the airport,
yes, exactly.
Don't bother them. There's cool people, but what people do, which all right, so I'm different. You guys know, as I just showed you, that I collect wrestling shit. Autographs but I'm not gonna a lot of people will have so many things for people to sign, and all they're doing is going to go sell them.
Yeah.
It's different if all right, one thing all right, sign this, cool. Like if you collect it, like so, like me personally, like let's say like if I'm at, a grocery, like if I was in their shoes, one, I'd probably never turn a kid down.
Yeah.
Because they're a kid.
Yeah.
But if you're coming up to me with a book of pictures, I'm not signing all your pictures. That's not happening because you're just or the Funko Pops. Like I'm not because you're just gonna go and sell them.
Well, and that's just it too. I've noticed that if you do go to like the conventions or the Comic Cons or whatever, I've noticed in the last few years, a lot of the celebrities now, if you don't want it personalized, they charge more for it because they know you're going to resell it.
Yeah. But that's the thing, like, you want to get a picture with them, you want to get a signature, whatever. Pay for a fucking meet and greet.
Yeah.
Pay to go to these Comic Cons they're at. Pay to do their signings. You don't have to harass people. I wouldn't call it. I mean, I don't know if I would call it harassing or not, but like some people do go over.
It is
over the board. But like at the end of the day, like
it's a different, like if I'm a fan and I run into you at the grocery store and I follow you throughout the grocery store, just talking your ear off and stuff like that, where you're trying to buy groceries to go home. And
I've had that happen.
Yeah, exactly. That's bro.
I've had that happen where we were at the grocery store and a fan followed me the entire grocery store.
Yes. And I'm with my kids.
Yeah.
I was Christmas shopping at Walmart one day. I was getting some stocking stuffers and stuff. And as I'm going through the checkout aisle, I hear somebody screaming at the top of their lungs, "Oh my God, it's Dex." And they come running down like the front of the building there in front of all the registers. And half of the store is now staring like, what is going on? And I'm trying to just check out at the register. And she came up and did the little pinky touch with me and ran away.
Like, it's cool. Like, now I have had situations where it was like high and by, or like I stop and talk for a minute, whatever. Yeah. But the fact that like that's cool. But the fact is, don't follow me around a grocery store or any store.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there's not a place I can go where people don't know me. Like, it doesn't even have to be wrestling related, but it's just the fact that, like, legit, unless if I go out of the country, like,
yeah.
Well, like, the thing is, like, there's lines, and no matter, yes, we are this character that we portray in the ring or at a show or a signing or whatever the fuck it is. When you see me in a grocery store, I'm not that person.
Yeah.
Or you see me anywhere, I'm not that person other than a wrestling show.
I think that's one of the worst parts of wrestling versus like acting or whatever, is that because the lines are so blurred with what we do, I think oftentimes people forget that we are not the person we are in the ring.
Yeah. Like I said, I will never turn a kid down, but it's the fact that, like, a kid's not going to follow you the whole way around a store unless if they really aren't all there and whatever. But for an adult to follow you around the whole entire store,
that's weird.
Yeah. And like I said, this is not a knock toward our fans. We love our fans to death.
Oh, absolutely. But it's the fact that, like, we are still humans and we have a personal life outside of wrestling.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, honestly, probably 10 times out of 10, I have my kids with me.
Yeah.
And other workers do too. At the end of the day, like, and I don't mean to sound like a dick when I say this, but I don't want you around my kids. Like, like, like I don't want anyone around my kids, like.
That's
But at
another
the end of
aspect of this that people forget is that, and this is, fans, they know us because they're watching us.
Yeah.
And that sometimes I think makes people forget we don't necessarily know them. They are a complete stranger to us. So you have to look at it from that perspective, fans. If you see somebody out with their children and you rush up to them like that, especially a father, he doesn't know who you are. It's really, it could be, that guy might think you're dangerous, or they don't know what's going on. So I do think sometimes fans forget that it's a one-sided thing oftentimes, where they know who we are, we don't know who they are.
Exactly, because like remembering all your fan names, that's never gonna fucking happen. Unless if you're like a genius. But at the end of the day, us as wrestlers, we work how many different shows?
Yeah.
Or how many different companies that I can work a company one time, and if someone comes up to me and are like, "Hey, like you're blank." Okay, yeah. But I don't know who you are. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, when I go to grocery stores anyways, I always have my guard up, but especially like when I have my kids, like don't like you like yeah, like if you recognize me, yeah, say hi, whatever. But don't follow me. Like that no. Like
The children
I'm
thing
not
is definitely a no-no. If
yeah.
you see anybody, I don't care if it's an indie wrestler or a celebrity of any kind, and they have their children with them, do not go up to them. That is the stupidest thing you can do, and really, it makes that person, that celebrity, very uncomfortable. That's a no-no. You shouldn't do that at all.
Yeah. Like, all right, so like at shows, I feel it was a little different. Obviously, I have my kids at my shows all the time.
Obviously, that's
Like,
way different.
Yes,
like,
I apologize. I should clarify. I did mean in regular life.
No. I was just touching base on it. Like,
Yeah.
like my kids are always at my gimmick table. Like that's a whole different story. But like when I'm out and about in my personal life, like that's my time with my family.
Yep.
I'm not going to be a dick and like get away from me. But it's the fact that like this is my family time. Like I'm not Mr. Ping, I'm not this person that I am in the ring. I'm Shane. Like this is my family and this is my time to spend with my family. So respectfully, you should, whatever. But like, the hotel thing is definitely like one of the biggest things that has always bothered me. But at the end of the day, too, if you look at it, and I'll put this into another topic, but if you really think about it, people that do this are the same people that ruin surprises, always leak shit because they see all these people at hotels or airports and they leak the shit.
Yeah.
And that's why there's no surprises in wrestling anymore.
Exactly.
Not even at the Rumble, because everyone leaks the shit because they're always going to these hotels or airports, or they see them in restaurants, or whatever the case is, because I don't know what goes through their heads, but like if I see somebody, so like example, after my one tryout, right? It was in Philly, and we went to Jim's to get cheesesteaks, and Authors of Pain were there. I didn't know it until I went upstairs and we were eating. I was like, oh yeah, like that's cool, whatever. Did I say anything to them? No, I did not. I let them be. But at the same time, I think it was, I was there for a tryout. Like, I'm not gonna whatever. But like nobody else really did anything until they went outside.
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, like they should have the same respect. Like the respect you give other people, or you want the respect that you want when you're eating or when you're at a hotel or wherever.
Absolutely.
They should get the same things, no matter if they're wrestlers, actors, musicians, whatever. They should always have the respect as a human being because they are human and they deserve their privacy. And I always hate when people leak shit because like you're just taking away from everyone else, basically.
Everyone else's joy.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like that is 100% the reason why there is no surprises in wrestling, because when was the last like real surprise that we had in wrestling? When the Hardy Boys returned, because no one saw them, because they came in on a bus, no one saw them until they went out.
Yeah, the bus pulled inside the building.
Yeah, and I another thing too, like even with the Penta debut, like they had a shirt on the website the day before he debuted.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you like release that like
After
the show?
Yeah, personally, yes. And the question I would have with that is, and I don't know that we'll ever know this because it's one of those proprietary corporate things, but I oftentimes wonder with something like that if it wasn't just somebody zigged when they should have zagged, where it wasn't supposed to be up there, but somebody made a mistake.
But even still, like on a small scale, even on a small scale, like with us, like when I came back, nobody knew, and there was a reason why. Because that would have ruined it. If people would have known I was there, it would have been like, "Oh, he's here."
I knew you were there.
Yeah, well, you knew I was there.
But not like in all honesty, like and I feel like it's not necessarily invading their privacy, but it kind of is when people do that, because all they're trying to do is get rest, or they just got off a flight from wherever they're coming from, and whoever's been on a flight knows how uncomfortable flights are. Like,
especially as a bigger person.
Oh my God!
You guys are all enormous.
Let's not talk about flights.
Mm-hmm.
But like at the end of the day, like even where was I going? Kansas. I went out to Kansas to wrestle, and I was walking through the airport, and Aleister Black was in the airport. I thought it was cool seeing him, like, but I didn't say none. No, like there's people going up to him, but like I'm not going to be as a wrestler, I'm not going to go up and
like, oh my God, you're Aleister Black. Hey,
yeah, like other people were, but like at the end of the day, like you're there like to catch a flight. Like you're not there to sign shit. You're not there to talk to all these people. Like you're there to do technically, I guess, do your job because you're flying to the next place. Like
you're working.
Yeah,
you're working, and if you fly a lot, like I fly a lot, and it's not the most.
It's miserable.
And it's not the most inducive thing for a conversation. A lot of times you were zoned out because your flight's delayed. You're trying to figure out how you're gonna rest on the plane. You're thinking about your connecting flight. It can be stressful, and sometimes you just want to zone out and listen. Like me, I don't want to be necessarily bothered. Like I was, my story adding to this. One of my favorite restaurants that I used to go to in PA was Black and Blue. I love that place.
Oh, that place is so good.
It's amazing.
I love that place. So,
in fact, Black and Blue, if you happen to be listening, sponsor us because we all love you.
For the love of God, dude.
Mm-hmm.
The guy doesn't work there anymore, but he was a waiter and he was a fan. And this was like when Truth Serum had really taken off. And it was fucking going, and we were cutting promos and shit left and right. I'm there with my kid. And this guy goes, "Oh, I know I can't serve you because you don't like white people."
Wow.
And I'm like, and my son just kind of looking like, "Huh?" And I'm like, bro, not today.
Yeah. There's boundaries that often are crossed a lot when it comes to fans.
Yeah.
And you would think like I mean, I feel like boundaries are kind of common sense. Like,
Common sense is not so common though.
yeah, I guess, yeah. But like,
have you guys had the experience where some woman decides to touch you when she's posing for a photo in a way she shouldn't be touching you?
say it again. I was reading a comment. Go ahead. Say it again. I'm sorry.
I said, have you guys had the one where somebody comes up and wants to pose with you, and then as they're getting ready to snap the photo, they'll try and grab your junk or whatever?
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No, because the thing on my hip would come out.
Yep.
I will never forget that. I was never so angry in my life.
I've had somebody grab my ass.
I've had that. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Oh, hey, hold on now.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
I did have the fan thrown out when it did happen,
But to kind of sum this up, because we only got like 5 minutes left. You know, boundaries, like, you know, like we said, like, yeah, like a quick hi and whatever. That's cool.
And let's end on a positive note. Your favorite fan experience, the best fan experience you've ever had.
Oh, I would really have to think on that one.
Adrian, you look like you've got an answer for that.
It was when he was laying in bed and the fan was blowing on him.
Absolutely. It was my only fan. It was my only fan. Okay. It was my only fan. I was tattooed on a fan.
That's a good one. Wow.
Tattooed on a fan.
Is it the same person that? Never mind.
No.
Man, I can't top that. That's amazing.
No, it is not the same one that did gear on. No. But like, I was like, the fuck?
It was his son. So
it was. He's not my fan though. I made him.
Now you're his fan.
Exactly.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hell yeah. That boy's amazing.
Dude, I didn't even notice Aiden, dude. I didn't even know that was him when I saw the video. I was like, who is this?
Right.
I thought it was just a random video.
Yeah.
But because I think we were in Marysville when Rob showed it to me. I was like, who is it? And then he told me. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, you see the picture of Izzy next to him?
Dude, Izzy's fucking ginormous.
Yeah. Yeah.
That boy better be playing some basketball or something.
No, he's going into the service.
Hell yeah. Same branch?
Mm-hmm.
What branch is Aiden in?
Navy.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Navy. Aiden is we'll talk a little later, but he's going to go into the sharpshooter program.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He highest in the graduating class, fastest time. It was like it's called 2:24, 2 seconds, 4 shots clip. He was the fastest.
That's from playing all the damn video games.
Right. And right. You hear that, kids? Play video games and make your hand-eye coordination faster.
Well, we are coming to the end. Remember, next week we are doing another episode of mental health.
Shane, maybe we should do that from the sushi restaurant since that's good for our mental health.
Hate you.
What? Why?
So we're gonna do a thing where every second week of the month is going to be mental health episodes.
Yeah. So tune in.
Like I said, I don't know who's all going to be on there next week. We got to reach out to some people, but yes, next week we're going to do another mental health episode, and yeah,
absolutely.
If we can help people, we can help people.
It has been always a fun-filled time.
It has.
Well, fellas, until next week.
Till next week, Shane, keep fucking.